Umi Control has a few tricks to survive the Tearlament meta. Tearlaments is a tough deck to beat with Umi Control, but despite that, we're still able to climb the ladder. Tearlaments has a few water monsters in their deck, so they can play under Kairyu-shin's stun lock. They can also summon Tearlament's Kaleido Heart, and then use its effect to shuffle one of our cards back into the deck, and then proceed to break our board. Most Tearlament decks will not have an Ash Blossom, so you can run Maxx C to increase your own consistency. This will also help make their boards weaker and easier to break if they decide not to take the Maxx C challenge. For Floodgates, Soul Drain is the biggest top pick. Soul Drain prevents cards from being activated in the graveyard or banish pile. This stops Tearlaments completely in their tracks once it's flipped over. Though if you want something faster, you can use Dimensional Fissure. This card banishes monsters sent to the graveyard, and Tearlaments needs their monsters to be sent to the graveyard to activate. This completely stops Tearlaments from playing on turn 0. It does have a drawback. You'll have to use Foolish Goods to send Ice Barrier to the graveyard before activating Dimensional Fissure, so you don't banish your own monsters. This season, our spicy going second card is evenly matched. More often than not, Tearlament boards will not have a way to negate evenly. Next up is the Bishark and Dweller. Dweller is obviously one of the best tier counters since it can stop all cards from activating in your opponent's graveyard. We can summon it using a Bishark with Dream Shark or Crystal Shark if a Legendary Ocean is face up on the field to reduce their levels to 4. A Bishark can be used to special summon Dweller or Nash Knight without activating any monster effects on the field. This lets you avoid triggering Tearlament's Havness, which can start a combo on your turn if you activate a monster effect on the field. So in this replay, we'll activate a Legendary Ocean, we'll normal summon Electric Jellyfish. Our Electric Jellyfish can now protect our Fish Sonar from an Ash Blossom. We can activate Jellyfish to summon our Kairyu-shin. Our opponent responds with a Tearlament's Havness. We can negate it with Jellyfish. Havness is only once per turn. Now it would have been better to special summon Abyss Shark and exi summon into Abyss Dweller before activating Jellyfish's effect, just in case they were still able to combo on our turn. Crystal Shark can target one water monster on the field and cut its attack in half to special summon itself. This effect can also target your opponent's monsters, if they happen to have water monsters, and Tearlaments does have water monsters. Now we can set our trap cards and pass our turn. Our opponent activates a Tearlament's Heartbeat to shuffle one of our back row cards. We'll negate it with our Jellyfish. Now they've activated their Havness, so we're going to respond by flipping over our Soul Drain. Now we should activate Abyss Dweller because Soul Drain only negates monster effects in the graveyard, and they do have spell and trap cards with graveyard effects. So here they're going to send a spell or trap card to the graveyard, so we're going to activate our Abyss Dweller. And they do have Grass Looks Greener, so they're just going to send half their deck to the graveyard, and we're just going to say thank you, Abyss Dweller. They're not going to be able to fusion summon into Chimera Dragon as long as Kairyu-shin's on the field. So on to the next game. So in this replay, we're going second against Adamancipators. They have 3 monster negates, 1 Omni negate, and a Changing. So we're going to try to bait any of their negates. They respond with an Ash Blossom. We'll try to bait another one with our Pot of Prosperity. We have to get rid of that Baron Omni negate, so we're going to use Evenly Matched. Now we can activate Alo, normal summon our Electric Jellyfish, and use its effect to special summon Kairyu-shin. They respond with Appaloosa and will negate the effect with Jellyfish. Kairyu-shin hits the field, wiping the board. Now they still have Sword Soul Changing, which would normally hard counter Umi Control. But with Abyss Shark, we can exi summon into a Nash Knight, or in this case, since a Legendary Ocean has reduced our level by 1, we can exi summon into Chaos number 101. We'll activate CO 101, attaching Sword Soul Changing to it as material. Now we're going to flip over that Sea Stealth in the draw phase. Our opponent tries to destroy our field spell with Baron, and we're going to negate it with Jellyfish. And that's all for the replays today. This is the deck list I'm currently using at Diamond 3. It has a Shark Engine with Umi Control. Mega Fortress Whale and Doom Kraken have not been that great in tier matchups, so I wanted instead to max out on the Shark Engine with 6 going second cards that are all good against Tearlaments, Maxx C, Gamma Seal, and Evenly, with 3 Soul Drain and 3 Abyss Shark to summon Dweller to shut down the graveyard. By now you're probably already familiar with many of the extra deck monsters, so the only thing I think is worth mentioning right now is Chaos C103. It banishes monsters with attack different than the original. Since Tearlaments uses water monsters, the field spell, a legendary ocean, will modify their attacks, so you can use C103 to banish them. So that's all for now, see ya!